is West India Quay. The next stop is Canary Wharf. This train terminates.
Hey there, Daniel.
Please remember to take all your belongings with you.
I'm not sure if your last message there, what you're referring to, but I'm personally on a journey now for business as we arrive at Canary Wharf in the east part of London. We'll see a bit more of this in just a moment while I now change trains. Not too sure which platform I need. I'm going to find out shortly. I'm pretty sure this is the right gamble because there's a platform on this side of the train as it opens. The door, that is. But as well as people getting off on this platform, there's one over there you can probably see through the doors. And I'm sure we need to be on this side, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm 99.9%. And as everyone else is moving over here, I think they're doing exactly what I am, which is now waiting for a train to take us towards South London, across the river. We're not quite at rush hour yet. It's middle of the afternoon here in London, and if you want a time check, 2:29 to be precise as I say this.
The next train at platforms 1 and 2 is the Lewisham.
Or what she could.
The next train at platforms 5 and 6 is for Bank.
Well, the first announcement could have said the next train is for Martin Shine and his viewers and listeners. Here it is approaching. This is the one we want. It says the destination is Lewisham in southeast London. We'll be hopping off in a handful of stops, but hopefully you'll enjoy the journey with me as the train approaches. If the power on the mobile digital device hangs in there as well. Don't forget, if you are watching, do follow, particularly on haps.tv, and also I would say on Twitter as well. We're across various platforms these days. Twitch as well. Remember that one? Oh, yes. I noticed that the front doors on these trains do not open any longer. And I guess that's for reasons all to do with COVID, because it certainly wasn't like that before. Oh, yes, I was right. There you go. Big sign there, you see. You're not going to even bother to read it. Too many more important things to worry about when it comes to you guys and girls watching and listening. More important to think about what I'm going to show you, which is an awesome sight any moment now, particularly today as it's very, very sunny, one of the warmest days of the year. Although we're losing this weather over the next 24, 48 hours here, we're going to have torrential rain apparently. That's the other station at Canary Wharf, an underground station entrance and exit for the Jubilee line. And that's where you would interconnect if you wanted to use that line. We're of course in the middle of the old Docklands here. And of course these days, as well as being a very large financial centre for London, this area has plenty of residential folks around as well. Heron Quays is where we're at the moment. Again, you'll see some wonderful water and maybe a boat or two as we travel forward any moment now. Let's see what happens. I find it a little bit difficult to hold the camera because in the same hand I have a bag. So it's a good old balancing act. There's a couple of great restaurants down there just to the right. No boats there today though. And you can see some of the apartment blocks mixed in with the offices. I think that's the dish that's getting the signal to you, is it? There you go. Is that what it is? If the signal starts fading now, you know why. We're moving well away from it. It's often difficult to know which direction to point the camera when you're on a journey like this, particularly again when I'm on my feet and the train's wobbling. Thank you very much for the support there. Is that Gabrielle Williams? Thank you for that. And yeah, that's always appreciated, because particularly when we are broadcasting live out and about, even out and about, someone know what I'm talking about. Certainly if you're from the UK. Well, it's not always free to do so. It's never free. It's a bit like driving your car. Even if someone else pays for the fuel, for some reason, you're still wearing out the tyres, the engine, and all those parts that move, if not the seats that everyone's sitting on. Slowly, but nevertheless, it's all taking a bit of wear and a bit of tear. So yeah, thanks for the support. As I say, the one thing that never is a freebie is the 3, 4, or even 5G if you're using that. Hello, Diva Dwarf. Lovely to see you. Don't forget, if you haven't followed already, do so on whatever platform you're on. If I sound a bit, should we say, different and a little bit, could it be pensive maybe? This is the first time broadcasting in quite a while, at the same time as being the first time using the underground and this part of it, the Docklands Light Railway, for some time as well. I'm going to show you on the other side of here, because I think there's a slightly little better view. This is the train we're travelling on, reflecting on the buildings. I don't know if you saw that. It's a great area here, it really is, for residents. The way it's been redeveloped over the years from what it used to be, which is, as I mentioned earlier, simply docks and dockland where the boats used to bring in all the goods, and then they were distributed around the country by road and rail. And of course, they also travel in the other direction, the goods as well. Certainly yesterday, before everything was made, certainly electronics in China, before plenty of the cars are made in the Far East as well, as they often are now. We used to have a lot more industry here in the UK and import more when it came to, I guess, all the minerals that we needed, whether it's metal, timber, wood, you name it. Of course, tea was a good one that I should mention right now on this broadcast, because later on, I say later on, wherever you are, probably in about 2 or 3 hours, I'll be sharing another broadcast with you if I have enough battery power. And I think you'll understand then why I mentioned that tea, transporting that from, well, whether it is the Far East or the Indian subcontinent, that was a big thing back in the day, 100 years ago-ish. And I'm going to show you one of the ways that I have shown you before that we used to transport that tea.
This is mud chute.
Mud chute. I think we're going in a tunnel now, possibly. It's difficult for me to show you where we're heading, other than at the sides of this train, because previously you could sit at the front, and as a passenger, it's a bit like sitting in the cockpit of an aircraft. I'm trying to read your comments here, but what with the bright sunshine and everything, it's almost impossible. It's my day off work today. Well, everyone, hopefully you can still hear me. And I was a little unsure as to whether we're going to be going underground at an earlier point than we might otherwise, and it looks like we're starting to do so. There's a little break in the tunnel here where I can just see there might be a signal getting through. In fact, there is. I can see that. But I'm going to say goodbye now and say thanks for joining me before the signal completely goes as we head further underground. And I'll catch you soon. Hopefully you'll catch me soon. Don't forget to share, like, and do follow. Then you'll be notified when I go live again, which won't be too long after this.